Okay, day 12 results of interest for the 2022 World Aquatics Championship, the 28th of June, 2022. So, there was not open water swimming, pool swimming, nor artistic swimming. There was, however, we have a other interest piquing result from the results of the day. So that's kind of the last thing. So we're going to start up with logistics. The topic this time is American infidelity in choosing relay members in pool swimming. So this is kind of, as long as I've been alive, I was a water baby, so I started swimming when I was really young. I didn't start swimming on a pool team until I was, like a competitive swim team, until I was 6 years old. But took swim lessons and stuff before then. And my starting swimming was roughly coincident or correlated temporally to my being diagnosed with asthma. So, and it helped with that and kind of figuring out, I had like a flare-up of asthma during a snowstorm and used the inhaler of one of my friend's moms. Her mom, it helped out. My lips were turning blue and stuff like it. So it was a pretty bad asthma attack. So because I wasn't getting enough oxygen, so the color drains. So I was turning blue, literally. And so, yeah, it was just, as long as I've been alive and paying attention to sports, so sorry, that was a digression, there have been, and even it's not as pronounced in Summer League as it was on kind of like the show performance level of American sports. I'm gonna point out an example of Brooks, Curry, Leonhardi, and Ryan held on relays at the 2022 World Aquatics Championships. So on Summer League, in contrast, I'm going to start with kind of like the bottom level of like competitive swimming in America. So Summer League, which is what I did, and I also did scholastic competition, so competing for a school, my high school. And I did 1 year of club swimming, but not like 5 days a week or anything like that. It was like 2 days a week during off season. So yeah, in Summer League, the relays, they put the fastest people on the relays. So if there were dynamics where we didn't really like people, we could swim a little bit slower and we wouldn't have to worry about being on, or at least from my perspective, I'd be like, okay, if I swim a little bit slower, I get to be on the relay with the people I kind of want to be on. So that was factored into my swims, is I'd rather be on a relay that I like and swim a little slower than swim my fastest and be on a relay with people who aren't very nice. So on that level, I think summer leaguers, those of us at the bottom tier, I wasn't the only person. I was not the only person who did that. It was quality. If the athletes aren't happy, like, well, if I'm competing, I want to be enjoying myself, and I enjoyed my relays. If I hadn't done that, I probably would have quit swimming. Like, I don't want to swim my best and be with people who are nasty. The rumor spreading kind of people and stuff like there were mean girls in high school and that kind of stuff. Not all of them, but some of them, and I was just like, I'd rather not be on a relay. I'd rather not be affiliated with people like that. So I'd rather swim slower. First off, and then my friends were, we were all kind of a little slower, and we're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna adjust my times to be with my friends. So there's that. I think it kind of addresses, though, while I did that to kind of enjoy it and stay in the sport, America, even at that kind of bottom level, the coaches would put the fastest people on a certain relay, and it's kind of like, I might be the fastest person, but I don't want to be on the A relay. Like, the perfect solution would have been we got to choose our own relays, and I could have been the fastest person, which I might have been from my times from high school and stuff like that. But I still want to be on the C relay or the B relay, even if I'm the fastest person. Like, I want to be on a relay where I actually like the people. And that is not taken into account in swimming in American sports. Relay dynamics. It kind of put, what happens is the coaches or the team puts on a front of, oh, these people get along, when it's like, no, this person's the kind of person that would stab me behind the back, right? That kind of thing. So there's appearance. That's why it's called performance. No, do these people really get along? No, but they will be painted that way in the press or on TV or in a broadcast or something like that. So in that sense, it is infidelity in the, we should want to see people be happy, right? Not try and cause them depression, stuff like that. The more severe form of infidelity kind of emerges at some of the higher levels of competition. So as Brooks Leonhardi was committed to in the first place, based on results, times, and placings, anyone who chose Ryan Held instead is what is called non-committal. In a marriage, those are the type of people who commit adultery. They choose someone first, then change their mind and fool around with someone else later. That is why times from the committed type, Brooks Leonhardi, can be variable. The commitment by entities such as USA Swimming is not reciprocated. So that's addressing something that happened at the 2022 World Aquatics Championships. It's someone earns a place on the team. They're in a top 2 finisher. He was the highest placing American, so Brooks Leonhardi was the highest placing American in the 100-meter freestyle individual event, and at the entire World Aquatics Championships 2022. And as part of that, the standard thing goes is they're part of a relay, right? If they're top 2, and then he was top 1 based on results in reality. And then they bumped him off a relay that he qualified for. Like, they were like, well, we're not going to have him swim in the final, that kind of thing. And so, which everybody kind of knew, like, everybody loves Ryan Held, as it goes. I love Brooks Leonhardi, on the other hand. So not everybody, but that's the kind of dogma that these non-committal people, adulterous types, push, is that everybody loves Ryan Held. Everybody loves so-and-so. It's not true. It's not consistent with reality whatsoever. And I've been in like watch parties where we'll be like, does anybody like so-and-so? And nobody raises their hand. Like, no. It's just, so it's really funny because we can point at people like press coverage and just be like, well, at least they're not basing anything on reality, so we know what they write is fiction. But it's kind of, the problem is this guy's not as fast, Ryan Held's not as fast, then kind of gets a boost from, hey, look, the USA Swimming and the press want me instead. They're going to cheat on Brooks Curry with me, so they're going to cheat on Brooks Leonhardi with Ryan Held. And sure enough, that's what they did. And won $40 million on that bet. They are predictable. The American press are 100% predictable on being adulterous. Typically, why do they make the choices like that? It reflects their own personal life, their own marriage. They're not committed to their significant other or their girlfriend or whatever. It's typically a male thing, not, and I would say 90% of my experience both lived in just observing online and in print, like print publications. 90% of the people who propagate it are male. So it's adultery, in my experience and observation, tends to be a male thing. And male in a publishing or authority position in like USA Swimming or something like that. And USA Swimming is the United States of America Swimming. It's the governing body for swimming in the United States of America. Do other countries have this level of infidelity? No. It's kind of a uniquely American thing, the level of adultery and non-commitment. It's, as if nothing else, exemplified by number of divorces, or how common and popular, maybe popular divorces is a better way of phrasing it. Non-commitment is kind of an American trend these days. So that's just addressing something that people get really, really pissed off about. I mean, swimming is not watched as much as it used to, and that's a huge part of it, I have found, is people are just like, if they can't even commit by their own rules, like, why watch it? Because it's not going to be what they literally signed up for and guaranteed in the first place. It's just a breach of contract is what it really is. And that reflects in what people get to watch. And so if they're not going to watch what got contracted in the first place, do people really want to watch USA swimming and American swimmers breaking that contract, which there is contract law, so it might actually be breaking the law. A lot of people say no to that kind of misconduct. So yeah, so that's the topic of interest. Topic of discussion for logistics. Up next, country of interest results. We didn't choose anybody for diving or water polo, which, and is going on today, or went on today, because we're off in time zones. And there was no open water swimming competition held. It does continue on tomorrow, but just not today. Lone penguins of interest results, not applicable, nothing today. Medal table, not applicable, nothing today. Medalists, not applicable, nothing today. Other interest piquing results, yes. So I mentioned in a previous video that it's like Colombia rising because they're doing the best they've ever done at this championships, and that was in artistic swimming and pool swimming, and now in diving as well. They placed, so Luis Uribe of Colombia placed fourth in the 3-meter springboard male event in diving with a score of 457.15 points, which is a really good score. And he placed fourth, and he's of Colombia as well. So it's across the board, Colombia is rising. It's not like it's just one person. No, it's multiple people across the board, multiple sports. So that's a country rising right there. And here in present, so Colombia is here and rising, and that is very cool to see that they have the culture and the support culturally and socially in that country to be rising. Like, that is huge. Congratulations. So that is day 12 results of interest and kind of topic of discussion.